Dear friends, welcome to this week's edition of the Inspired Parsha. This week we have the incredible privilege to read through Parshat Emor. And like every Parsha in the Torah, there's so many beautiful, rich Torah ideas, especially in the Hasidic world. But I just want to focus on one pasuk, one verse. This is in Vayikra chapter 23, verse 15. It says, Usfartem lachem, you should count for yourselves. Of course, it's talking about the Omer, the importance of counting for yourselves. And the pasuk goes on to say at the end, Sheva Shabbosos, that should be 7 weeks, Timimos Tihiena, complete they should be. So the question is, what does this mean? First of all, what's the emphasis on Usfartem lachem, count for yourselves? Of course, when you count, who else are you counting for? You're counting for yourself. And what's also the significance of saying 7 weeks that are complete, Timimos Tihiena? If you're counting weeks and you count 7 weeks, then it's complete weeks. What's the emphasis on saying complete? So the Sfas Emes says something beautiful. He says that God over here is emphasizing, God doesn't just want us to count. First of all, He wants us to count for ourselves. We're building ourselves every time we count. When we count the Omer, we're building ourselves, we're building our own potential within us. But even more importantly, He wants the counting to be timimos, to be complete. What does this mean? A lot of people, when they think of the word tamim, they automatically think perfect. God never demands perfection from us, but He does want us to be complete. He wants our days to feel complete, to have meaning in our days. It's so easy sometimes to go through life and life just goes by through you. You're living through the day. The day is just going through and you're just living the day, but you're not making the day come alive inside of you. God wants our days to be complete, to be meaningful, to be impactful. And I always think about this when right now the NBA playoffs are going on and what's always funny to see is when the clock is winding down in those last few minutes, and especially when it's a close game, suddenly you see every moment counts, right? They suddenly keep freezing the clock, especially the team that's losing, keeps trying to call timeouts to try to freeze time and make every moment count, because they start to see how every moment matters. God wants our days to be complete. He doesn't demand for perfection, but He wants them to be complete. He wants us to infuse real purpose in our lives by making our day complete. There's a beautiful line I always think about from Rabbi David Aaron, a great Kabbalist, a great rabbi from Israel, and he used to always say that what Judaism really is at its core is not the past. Yes, of course, the past always matters. We learn from our mistakes, we learn from our history. The past, of course, always matters. And it's not even really about the future as well. But of course, we do have to care about the future too, because the future is the direction that we're going, where we're heading for, what we're striving for, our plans in life. But really, Judaism teaches that the most important moment is now. And he used to say, the line that he used to say, it was so impactful. He used to say, what Judaism really wants is to infuse the moment with infinite meaning. Not the past, not tomorrow, but today. Make today count. Make today real. Remember that God gives us a purpose. He doesn't just want us to live like we're in the passenger seat, live like we're just, we're in survival mode. He wants us to live. He wants our days to be complete. And He wants us to count for ourselves. Because we can build ourselves when we count, and we are counting in a complete way. We're building ourselves. We're building ourselves towards Har Sinai, towards Mount Sinai. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh, and of course a blessing, a bracha to count with purpose, count with completeness, count with meaning. Thank you so much for listening, and again, have a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh.